Back to it today. So now we know in here is where I have my brace across, somewhere in this general area. So now I just got, it's actually just an old speaker magnet. We're gonna go around and find where the screws are, because you can feel the magnetic pull when you find them. Like right there's the one. So that should be the center. And I'd be able to come across. There's the other one. So we're gonna get a pencil, and right about there should be center. All right, so now we gotta get the old bracket and get that, so we can get that prepped and put back up. So we got this here. Let me get it cleaned off and then we'll get back. Alright, you saw me get that on there. Now if you noticed, this one, there's going to be one in the middle that's actually directly into that beam. The other two are just there to help stabilize it, but this one is going to be the one carrying all the weight. Now we get the TV put back. Alright, got that up, so now we just got to get a shelf or something to put the laptop on. So, like I can see, I already have my HDMI cable here sitting ready to go. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to mount a shelf. But before I do that, we'll go ahead and we'll get this cover plate put on. And I figured, why reinvent the wheel here? We'll just use these brackets that I already had. So we'll put these, and I'm just going to get a board and we'll put it on there. And I got a shelf. Alright, we got our board put on here. And I have it so it's even with this edge out here, because you can see there's a little part where you can hang something. So I think what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to put a rod across, and I'll get like some paper towels and I can hang them from there. So I think that'd be a good place for them. Got everything set up. One thing I didn't say is when I put this shelf on, you can see there's actually a gap back here behind, so I can run my cords down below. So that actually works out pretty well that way. And a happy accident was these bars, actually I can hang my power supply from that and not have it all over the place. So that was a happy accident, didn't plan that, but glad it worked out that way. All right, just got an old piece of it looks like 3/8 inch old tubing here. Put that on there, and now I got a place to hang my paper towels. So it actually kind of does a double duty purpose here. And I don't know if you see me walking around it or not, but you can see this pile here on the floor. This was gifted me by a very caring people. These are actually bins. So these are actually very heavy duty bins. So I was trying to come up with a way to mount these, and I'll show you what I came up with. All right, I don't know the official name for these, but I know you use these when you're doing your metal. If you're using metal studs instead of wood, you're going to use these usually to do like an offset from a wall, but I can't remember what they're called. So if anyone knows, leave it in the comments below. That help me out. But this is what I came up with. So this is what we got, and these I'm going to fasten to the wall this direction. So when I have the bins, let me grab one of them. So these bins, since they have that little loop right there at the end, they'll actually be able to catch that and hang on the wall. Let me see if I can hold this. So I'll be able to hang on the wall like that. Now when this is fastened to the studs, it won't wobble like this, but so that's how we're going to do this. So anybody else have any better ideas how to do it? Anybody else have any better ideas? Leave it in the comments. All right, I did a little organizing here so you can see exactly how much these are, how big these are. This is the largest one I have, medium one, and these are the smalls. And they even gave me these little dividers that go inside of them. Now I just gotta get them mounted. I think I'm gonna use that metal bracket I showed you just to do the small ones. Yeah, I think these the large and medium ones are just going to get stacked up. What I might end up doing is using my little cart that I have here. I might retrofit that to maybe fit these in there so I can have kind of like a rolling work cart. Or maybe I'll just make a cart with a little wall in the middle, then I can hang them all off of that so I can use both sides. So I still haven't come up with that. Yeah, if you want to leave me a comment on what to do with these, I would, love the idea. So just, drop it below and what I can do with them. Those are cut. Now we just got to get them all mounted. So I got all 4 here. I just got to get them all on the wall over here. Got them all mounted on the wall here. I did go through and plotted out what these used to be, because these came from a professional business somewhere, so I'm not going to say who it was, but so these are now all mounted. These are not designed the way I put this up here to handle a lot of weight, but you can see even like my impact, if I even put that up here, it does support it just fine. It does have a little bit of a bow, but even that's going to hold it, but I'm not going to have anything that heavy in there. I think I'm going to end up putting a lot of like zip ties and small parts of things into these. So let's see what else we get into next. Okay, we got everything finished up as far as putting those up today. These bigger ones down here, we're just going to leave those. They're going to just sit on the floor or up on the workbench or something. They're too big. I'm not going to try to hang them. I did go through. I got a bunch of stuff already filling in up here. So I have the room. I'm going to fill it up. But I did put these high enough that you can see this. I can wheel this underneath and don't have to worry about these. So that was kind of figured into the plan. And the other thing I didn't point out that you can see, even with this TV, it looks like it might be kind of close, but with the way this is bracketed, I can actually pull this out and it can go in front of. So I don't have to worry about that being in the way if I want to be on the other side of the workshop and watch something, or I can put it back against the wall. So there's pretty much what we got done for the day, and I did get some things cleaned up, but other than that, yeah, so if you guys give me a thumbs up and a like, I greatly appreciate it. If you want to go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell to get notifications, that would help us out too. But if all else, leave me a comment down below.